Hey, what is going on? Today we're going to talk about Prince, and if you give me the next 5 minutes, I'll let you know the secret to any successful musician, to anybody's success. If you're out there trying to be a producer, independent artist, or anything like that. And if you'd like a free step-by-step video tutorial and guide on how to create a professional sounding track in under 2 hours using FL Studio and free stuff you can find on the internet, with no music theory knowledge needed, no experience needed, just go ahead and write the word yes, Y-E-S, in the comments below, and I'll get that to you. I'll DM that over to you. All right, so my name is Jason Dowdy. I've been a producer and an artist for over 20 years now. I've worked with people like Timbaland and Aaliyah, and I help independent artists learn how to produce for themselves so they can take their career to that next level. So if you want that free training, just write the word yes, Y-E-S, in the comments, and I'll DM that over to you. All right, so let's talk about Prince, and let's talk about the secret to any successful musician's success. I use the word success several times there, but that's what it comes down to. And it all boils down to one word: help. Everybody that is successful in anything has had help along the way. Now, in the US and in Hollywood culture, we often grandize the story of someone making it all on their own, right? With no help from anybody. For example, like Obi-Wan Kenobi, in order for Luke Skywalker to be the hero and take down the Death Star, for some reason, Obi-Wan Kenobi had to die, so he could be the hero and do it all on his own. It was similar to, Dumbledore and Harry Potter at the end of that series. For some reason, we just love a story of a person overcoming all of these obstacles by themselves with no help. Another example, so I just watched Purple Rain. And if you've seen that movie, it stars one of the greatest musicians of all time, one of the greatest producers of all time, Prince. And in that movie, he has like an abusive home life. His father's really abusive. He tries to escape in the Minneapolis club scene, right? In the music scene. And then he still has like a rival. He's got Morris Day there trying to steal his spotlight and steal his girl and all of that. And it's a really good movie because there's all of that conflict and he has to overcome those obstacles on his own. But in real life, Prince's father, musician who mentored him when he was young and taught him how to create music. And he even had like songwriting credits on some of his stuff up until I think he was even on the Batman soundtrack in 1989. So that's a different story, right? And I'll admit, I mean, Prince's real story would be probably a pretty boring movie. For some reason, we don't want to hear the story of somebody making it and then all the help they had along the way. It's just not as interesting. We don't want to hear about how a parent paid for somebody's food and rent while their child chased their dream, or how an investor believed in somebody, so they gave them a leg up on the competition by investing a lot of money into them, or how maybe somebody was born into a famous family and they got their first acting roles because their mommy or daddy called in a favor from a casting agent. Like those stories aren't as interesting or fun to watch, in movie culture. And we don't want to hear those stories. But the truth is, all success comes from help. It comes from investments, relationships, mentorships, all of those types of things. And without those, nobody can really get where they want to go. So if you have big plans and you have big dreams, find somebody out there who is where you want to be. See if you can learn from them and ask for help. So I hope this has helped somebody out there, especially if you're an independent artist. And I know most independent artists have those big dreams, right? So go ahead and ask for help. It could start with producing for yourself. So if you want a free course on how to create a professional track in less than 2 hours using FL Studio and free things you can find on the internet with no experience or music theory knowledge required, go ahead and write the word yes, Y-E-S, in the comments below, and I'll DM that over to you. But until